Aquarius, hi. I'm going to do a general reading today, and it's for the week, and as it may not resonate for everyone, but if it does for you, I'll be doing an extended reading, and the information for that is in the box below. All right, let's get started. I'm going to be using the the Llewellyn deck of cards and the Celtic cross layout. I will be clarifying as I do the reading with the Llewellyn deck itself, and then drawing cards from the Oracle Wisdom of Avalon at the end of the reading. All right, so just a heads up too, to push the subscribe button, and you'll get the notifications of when the readings are all being released. I do love readings every week as well as general readings, so it'll let you know when they're being released. Also, I'm taking I'm taking personal one-on-one readings now, and the email address is in the box below. Okay, so let's get going. So we've got, as guideposts, we've got the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So Aquarius, what I'm feeling here is that you have kind of like, I'm just trying to see the rest of the reading here for a minute. I'm drawing another card here. I'm just trying to feel like, okay, with the King of Cups. So what I kind of feel like this reading is about is that it's about change in your life. I think it's about pursuing something that has more passion in it, in terms of career or in terms of life path in the future. I think you've got something that you completed here with the Eight of Cups, and it's something that you did, and you did it really well, and it was kind of close to your heart. It wasn't that it wasn't, it was. But now I kind of feel like the world or something is calling you to put more of your wisdom and passion and experience out there, and you're waiting to hear. I feel like you've already put out feelers, and you've already maybe talked to people, or maybe even put out resumes, I don't know, but I feel like you're waiting to hear now what's going to come back from that. You've got the Three of Wands showing up in the future, so it's kind of like you're looking at now that I feel like something's happened where you have changed a bit, where you've opened up more, and you have more to give now, and are prepared to do that, and prepared to commit to that in the world, and as a result of that, things are opening up for you in a different way, because once you kind of open up the gates, and that you didn't see, we set up parameters. Okay, this is what I'm going to be doing now, but then when that gets removed and it opens the gates, and then a whole new landscape begins to show itself, and you start seeing other possibilities, it's like, whoa. And so there are already things coming in that are making you look at what you're moving to in a getting kind of like a sneak preview, so to speak, and starting to see what's possible out there. And then you've got the Sun showing up and the Two of Cups. So this, and the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about, once again, making that decision to follow passion and to follow your calling, like your destiny, or whatever you want to call it. And I do feel like you've made that decision, and now you're assessing the past to see what do you bring. And it's kind of like the Eight of Cups here with the Seven of Pentacles. It's like looking at what you've already achieved and accomplished, and kind of wanting to build more now, looking at more abundance in that area. I think you've got the Ten of Swords on you now, and so I think the Ten of Swords kind of ended something for you prematurely, that maybe there was something that you were really passionate about, but then because you got really kind of shut down or hurt or whatever, you kind of reverted into some kind of safety mode, some kind of fallback, and pursued that. And now with the 10 ending, that kind of would, betrayal or whatever set you back is kind of coming to an end now because it's at a 10. You're going to be making some new decisions here with the Two of Swords. And with the Page of Pentacles, like I said, it's kind of like the Page of Wands where you're already beginning to put things out there. So you're putting out what you can offer and you're waiting to hear back, okay? And with the Sun showing up there, I think you're pretty clear where you're going. I think you know where your passion is, you know what you're choosing, and you're choosing it from the heart, and that's helping make the decision as to when things come in. So you're kind of looking at the landscape, putting things out there, seeing what's coming, and then making choices based on passion and on, that's where your decision is going to be coming from. With the Four of Swords showing up and the Ace of Pentacles in your near future. And then we got the Four of Pentacles. So you're coming from a really solid base. You've done that, been there, done that, and you've got that now. It's holding you. So the Ace of Pentacles is then able to put out a new possibility now, a new proposal. And it matches, I think, a vision that you have had over this period of time. There's been a lot of insight over this past 2 years when people have kind of, been in some kind of forced isolation or whatever. I've noticed that a lot of people have done a lot of envisioning, meditating, maybe unintentionally, but somehow the energy has shifted and people are getting kind of clear. And coming out of that kind of cold, remote time into this warmth time. You can see even the colors here, right? And knowing that something has come out of that, something that you're already, putting out there. We've got Temperance and the Page of Cups, so you've got like a lot of pages going on here, a lot of new beginnings. With the Four of Cups, I think it's a recognition that even though you've had a really, great life. Not saying you don't, because you got the Seven of Pentacles too, but now it feels to me like there's something missing. There's something that you need to do that's not been done yet in terms of what you have to offer in terms of your heart and love kind of thing. And so now I kind of see that's now where you're at, and it's taken like you into a deeper area of your soul. And it's also initiated some passion and some excitement beginning for you. It's kind of like a bit of a wake up in a way, a stirring of the soul. And so you're trying to get your head around it, the Five of Wands. But inevitably, it's going to be time for you to pursue it and move towards it. Because I think you do recognize it and the world does recognize. So there's this, kind of interconnection happening. Your perspective is shifted, as I said, over this time with this Four of Swords. So you've got the Hangman. So things have been kind of held up for a while, and as I said, over the last 2 years. But now I feel like there's movement happening, and it's what you want too. You want to be able to take advantage of it. And during this time, I think with the new perspective, it's kind of you've been steadily moving towards a path without really knowing what the destination would be, but just kind of like on the path, moving steadily towards something, towards your path, on the path. And now this new perspective is starting to kind of create an opportunity for you to envision something that's coming up for you where you can, open up to. All right, and then you've got the High Priestess, so intuition, kind of. Remember I said here about the Six of Wands, about that recognition? It's something, like you know something. You kind of intuitively know that this is really important for you to pursue. It's important for you to do this. As I said, with this Four Cups coming up too, it's kind of a completion for you in terms of, fulfillment in your life. All right, I'm just going to draw a couple cards from the Wisdom of Avalon now. And we've got the Wind Fairy, which is thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis, which is, the wind, you're an air sign, it's pretty appropriate. And then we've got fear. So fear is showing up here, fear of the unknown possibly, but because you can use thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis, that's going to be able to be your tool that you use. And remember, it's going to be based on passion and on what you you know, what fulfills you, because you've got the Ten of Swords on you, and it's, you know, that time is over. And I think it's, you know, that's where the fear is coming from, but it is over, even though it still could peek its ugly little head, kind of thing. All right, so yeah, heading on to using your intuition, moving into something that's deeper and, you know, more fulfilling than even where you've been so far. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will be doing an extended, and we'll take a look at where this intuition is taking you, you know, how your perceptions have shifted, and where you're going with the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. All right, might see you in the extended. If not, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week, Aquarius.